besides all the other spiritual topics we are usually talking about here on this channel, I want to do now a practical video about financial independence and how to achieve it through the two basic mechanisms that predict your savings rate, and this is earning more or spending less. And I want to lay out to you what is appropriate for you if you are a certain type of person. Because when we consider these two options of earning more or spending less, it's a very individual thing. Some people are very goal-oriented, very driven, and they are maybe the entrepreneurial type, and for them really there's no ceiling to how much they can earn. Whereas other people, they are naturally very thrifty. They are very moderate in their consumption. They don't buy a lot of stuff. They don't need a lot of entertainment or don't have big expenses, don't want to drive these big fancy cars. And so you have to evaluate for yourself, of course, how important these different things are to you, and maybe if you are able to reduce your consumption through different mechanisms. And the first ones to look at are, of course, your biggest expenses. Usually that's housing, a car, and your food expenses and entertainment. And so you look at all of these different things, and if you have never tracked your expenses, that's the first step to become really aware of what you are spending. And I suggest, when you want to achieve financial independence, the first and quickest step is to reduce your expenses, because that usually can be done within a few months. You can move to another apartment, to a new, you can sell your car and reduce your car payment, or pay back your mortgage on a car or on a house, usually a little bit quicker than what you would have to do in order to really greatly increase your earnings. And usually for most people, the biggest way to improve their income situation is through their main career. And if you're the type of person who wants to have a big career and develop themselves further in the working world, then this is of course the option for you, because the positive side of earning more is that there really, in theory, is no limit to how much you can earn. In practical terms, most people experience that there is a limit to how much they can earn in a given career path. And so if you don't go the entrepreneurial route, it's probably limited to how much you can earn. And it will, as I said before, take many years to improve your financial situation only through earning more, because that takes a lot of work and dedication and long-term vision. And so it's really through the combination of both and evaluating what kind of person you are, what comes easiest to you, that you achieve financial independence the quickest. But I also want to mention that spending less is very, very important, even more important than earning more, because this habit of spending less is what you develop as a lifelong skill. Basically, this will carry you through your whole early retirement then, because you can calculate it, but every dollar that you save in early retirement means a lot of less money that you need to save up beforehand. And so saving less not only increases your savings rate during the accumulation phase, but it also drastically reduces how much you actually have to save before you can retire. So that's a double win if you are able to reduce what you are consuming, let's say on a long-term basis, and you avoid lifestyle inflation. So these are the things I wanted to mention on a practical level, why and how you can achieve financial independence earlier. But on an even more important note, I want to say why you actually want to have the option of being financially independent, whether you are retiring at that point or not. But think about now, maybe you are young like me and you just started working a few years ago, and maybe it's still exciting to work, but still really try to grasp what it means that you have to continue for 40, 30, 20 years, however long it is for you, that you would normally work if you don't have this as a goal. And so I was thinking there was someone behind me. And really give your future self the option to retire early when you are sick of your work, maybe. And it might happen sooner than you realize. 10 years is a long time, and if you strive to achieve financial independence maybe in 10 years, then it's great, because in 10 years you have the option to quit your current job and do whatever you want. At least you have that option in the future. But if you just don't have this on your radar for another 10 or 20 years, you might get really desperate to get out of this work and you don't have the option. Think what your future self would thank you for. What actions can you do today to make it, to just improve your life circumstances for your future self? And while on this channel we are usually talking about mindfulness and being present in the moment, that all still applies, but if you're very careful, you also observe all of these tendencies in your life, and they are very real phenomena that arise on the surface. And while we can stay present and achieve much more clarity of thought and much more calm feelings through this mindfulness practice, we still have to think about practical terms, about things that we can improve about our lives, because it's, even though it's all just dream basically, but it's in our hands to live the dream life we want. And maybe financial independence isn't really what you want. Maybe you love your career so much and all of the lifestyle that comes with earning a lot of money and you can spend it, then that's fine for you. But if you're feeling that maybe I don't want to do it for the rest of my life, basically know that there is this option to retire rather early. And if you achieve, let's say, a 70% savings rate, you can retire in, I think it's 8 to 10 years. So that's really a great way, I think, to have on your radar and to have as a long-term vision and goal to strive towards, and just give your future self more options. That's what I wanted to say in this video. Please let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments, and check out my blog. The link is in the description. I'm writing there about these topics as well, financial independence and how to just live a better life through mindfulness techniques and just different things you can do in your life to become a happier person. That's just what it boils down to. And so thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.